Hello everyone and welcome to Ready Set Blast. My name is Leo and I'm a man on a mission, and that mission right now is to catch every shiny in Let's Go Pikachu with a Premier Ball. So let's go ahead and take a look. Unfortunately, I didn't have a capture card up until recently, so I didn't get to record too many of my shiny hunts, but I do still have the shinies as proof. So let's take a look at the collection so far. Now, we're starting off with Mew. He's not shiny. Unfortunately, the only way to get a shiny Mew in this game is to get a Pokeball Plus, and really lucky with that. Now, unfortunately, I am not going to be shiny hunting for Mew because I don't want to cheat, and I don't have enough money to get an unlimited supply of Pokeball Pluses until I actually find one. So let's take a look instead at the first shiny that we actually did catch in the game. And that is going to be Shiny Zapdos. Now, Shiny Zapdos took me 1,042 attempts to get, approximately 18 hours of gameplay time. And you will notice that it is in an Ultra Ball instead of in a Premier Ball. Those are going to be the exceptions, legendary Pokemon. I will try to catch them in Premier Balls, but if too much time passes, I start running low on that counter, and I just don't think that I'm going to get it, I'll throw either an Ultra or a Master Ball at them, depending on how many I've got on hand. So Shiny Zapdos, that was catch number 1 of the game. Now let's take a look at our first actual wild spawn of the game, and that's going to be Shiny Shelder. Shiny Shelder took me about 35 minutes to find at Seafoam Islands, and you will notice that this one is also in an Ultra Ball. I actually caught this guy before I decided that I was going to do the Premier Ball Challenge. I'm not going to count him for the collection, but I just wanted to put him up here because it was the first shiny Pokemon that I caught in the wild, so I thought he deserved a special mention. Now, in that shiny Shelder chase, I kept looking for another one to get in a Premier Ball, and I did catch instead this Tentacool. So this Tentacool spawned after about 2 hours of shiny hunting for another Shelder, and I did go ahead and catch it in a Premier Ball. That broke my streak, so I changed targets and I went over to Viridian Forest to try to find Weedle. And in about 25 minutes, I actually did catch a Weedle. Now you'll notice that it's a Beedrill now. I did evolve it, and I'm going to be evolving a few of them. I do want a living Pokedex of my shinies, so we're going to be going for a lot of duplicates here. Males and females of anything that has different forms for the genders, as well as living decks, so those different forms for each evolution. The next one that I went out looking for was Shiny Charmander, and this was quite a task. As you can see here, I did not get Shiny Charmander. I was searching for 13 hours, and instead of getting a Shiny Charmander, this Spearow popped up. So again, kind of excited, but also kind of disappointed because I broke my chain. But then immediately after, I'm talking about within seconds, Shiny Rattata appeared on screen, and I caught that one. So this wasn't a full odds shiny because I do already have the Shiny Charm, but I was only running the Shiny Charm and a Lure at the time. I did not have a combo going, so that's still a pretty impressive shiny in my book. After that, I went back on the grind for Charmander, got that combo up, and 10 hours later, I was greeted by a shiny Golbat. So I caught this Golbat in Rock Tunnel, where I was shiny hunting for Charmander at the time. And after that, went back on the grind for Charmander. So 6 hours after that, we are looking at 13 hours for the Spearow, and then immediately after was the Rattata, then another 10 hours for Golbat, and then 6 hours after that, so we're talking 29 hours of hunting here. I finally got my shiny Charmander. Again, I've evolved this one into a Charizard, and it was definitely a long but worthwhile hunt in my opinion. After that, I kept hunting for another Charmander since I still had that chain going, and I did find a shiny Onix, but unfortunately that was the first shiny that ever ran away from me, so I didn't manage to catch that one. With my streak broken, I went on to Lavender Town, where I started shiny hunting for Ghastly, and 9 hours into that shiny hunt, I actually did find a wild Ghastly, and as you can see, I've evolved that one into a Gengar. So I kept looking for another Ghastly, Ghastly number 2. I didn't find Ghastly number 2 though. 30 minutes later, a shiny Chansey spawned inside of the Pokemon Tower. So I went ahead and caught that one. Now, this one is also in an Ultra Ball. I'm not going to count this Chansey either, but I'm not too worried about that. Chansey is the rare spawn for the vast majority of the world map, so it's pretty easy to run into a shiny Chansey. Not too worried about that one. But after that, streak broken, I went ahead and started hunting Rhyhorn. 4 hours into that Rhyhorn hunt, I managed to redeem myself and catch my shiny Onix. However, this one is also in an Ultra Ball, so it looks like I'm going to have to find myself a third Onix to be able to count it for my Premier Ball challenge. Anyway, I went back on the hunt for Rhyhorn, and 15 minutes later, I got myself a shiny Zubat. So that was a pretty quick shiny spawn in my book. Another hour into that, I actually did find a shiny Geodude. So that's another streak broken. I went back on the shiny hunt, and 30 minutes into that one, I actually found myself another shiny Charmander. So that's 2 shiny Charmanders in the book. Unfortunately, no shiny Rhyhorn. So I gave up on the Rhyhorn hunt since that streak had already been broken 4 times, and I started searching for shiny Kangaskhan. Well, shiny Kangaskhan appeared an hour and 15 minutes into the hunt, but unfortunately that one fled from me. Then, 10 minutes after that, hadn't even gotten my combo back up, a shiny Zubat appeared on screen. But by the time that I managed to get to it, it had actually despawned right before my very eyes. I actually thought I had managed to touch it, but I didn't trigger the encounter, so that one got away. Well, another 5 hours and 45 minutes into that Kangaskhan hunt, I redeemed myself and I caught a shiny Kangaskhan. Then, out of nowhere, I was just collecting items. I was actually in Seafoam Island, picking up some heart scales for the day, and a shiny Jinx spawned, and I made the foolish mistake of getting too close to a ladder on my way to it, and unfortunately it disappeared from the game, so can't show you that one. But then I started the hunt for Dratini, and 2 hours and 45 minutes into the Dratini hunt, I actually found this shiny Raticate. Now, I did catch it as a Raticate, not as a Rattata, but it spawned on land, so I had to end my Dratini hunt, go catch it, and then start that streak all over again. Well, 2 hours and 15 minutes into that restart, I then caught a shiny Magikarp. So, went back on the hunt for Dratini, and another 9 hours and 30 minutes later, I then found another Magikarp. Luckily, this one was female, so I can use both of those for evolutions to expand that Pokedex, but went back on the grind for Dratini. And another 2 hours and 30 minutes later, I found myself a shiny Dratini. Now, I've turned this one into a Dragonair, but I decided since I still had that streak going, I was going to push my luck and try to get another shiny Dratini. And well, 30 minutes into that second Dratini hunt, I actually did find my second Dratini, which is actually pretty good for a Dratini because they are pretty tough to catch. So I thought that 30 minutes was definitely a quick hunt for that one. Well, after that Dratini hunt, I was actually around collecting items again, not running a combo, no chain, nothing, no lures. I was just in the Cerulean Cave picking up some of those daily items, and out of nowhere, shiny Graveler spawns. So of course I went right over to it and caught it, and after that, I thought I would go for another starter Pokemon, so I started hunting for shiny Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. Now, Viridian is actually a really good spot to shiny hunt. You get lots of spawns really often, and it just happens that some of those are going to be shiny. So, an hour and 15 minutes into that shiny hunt for Bulbasaur, I actually caught a Kakuna, a wild Kakuna spawned shiny. Went right up to it and caught it, started hunting those Bulbasaurs again, and 15 minutes into it, I actually got a shiny Pidgey, broke my chain again. So, I figured, alright, let's catch this Pidgey. Let's go back on the Bulbasaur hunt, and 1 hour, 5 minutes later, I was rewarded with a shiny Bulbasaur. Turned it into a Venusaur, decided, alright, let's keep going on that Bulbasaur hunt though. So, about 2 hours into that Bulbasaur number 2 hunt, I actually did find Bulbasaur number 2. And then, figured might as well go for number 3. Well, 20 minutes into that hunt, I actually did end up breaking the streak. Wasn't a Bulbasaur, but it was a shiny Weedle. So that's all of the shinies that I've caught so far. Pretty much, I've spent quite a bit of time shiny hunting. Right now what I'm doing is we're going for shiny Mewtwo. As far as that's concerned, we are 850 attempts into the shiny Mewtwo. 12 hours and 19 minutes worth of shiny hunting just for that Mewtwo. And I will be streaming those hunts. So definitely tune into those, and hopefully I catch that Mewtwo soon. Take care everyone, and see you next time.